Hello everyone, and welcome back to DMG. I'm really excited today because I just bought one of the best LGA775 motherboards that you can get. It's truly one of the best boards out there. But that's not even the craziest part, and neither is the great price that I got it for. The really insane part is that it's never even been used. It's still in its factory packaging from over a decade and a half ago. So let's dive into this fantastic old motherboard without any further ado. It's a little hard to fit on my desk. I do apologize for that, but this is the XFX nForce 780i SLI. Now this is back when XFX was partnered with NVIDIA instead of AMD and made their graphics cards and also motherboards. NVIDIA used to make chipsets for motherboards. So, oh yeah, and SLI GPUs used to be you could only run SLI through an NVIDIA motherboard chipset. So that's the whole point of this board, and that's why it's called SLI. Now there would have been another layer with like a graphic and like NVIDIA logos and, you know, it's like the pretty outside of the packaging. Unfortunately, I do not have that part of the box, but everything else is fully intact and none of it has ever been used. So let's get this opened up. This is my first time opening it, by the way. So it looks like we just have an XFX logo and the motto, "Play Hard," in here. I'm gonna take this, ooh, I think the board is in here, that's pretty heavy. I'm gonna take that out. We'll just focus on this for now. Sorry, I had to redo the lighting because it was glaring a little bit. So that just opens up like that. This is probably like manual, that sort of thing. Ooh, and here's the board. Okay, I'm gonna not touch that now. I'm gonna get to the board eventually, but I'm gonna do manual, accessories, and then board. So here we go. We've got a very nice little logo here, and it's in the NVIDIA colors. Ooh. What is this? Oh, that is hilarious. Huh. It has, like, on the back of here, support information and registering. NVIDIA's old motto, the way it's meant to be played. Let me zoom in on this. So you can register, and then, I guess from the factory, it had the order date written in. And then that's the order code. That's, of course, the board, the 780i SLI, LGA775. Here is our drivers, the installation CD. ESA control panel download link. I bet that has since been taken down. Also written on the top of this quick reference guide is 2/3/2008. Oh, that's nice. So it tells you how to plug in like connectors. Here we get a sneak peek at what the board looks like. Having all of this documentation in perfect condition too is just amazing. And then the whole user manual. Okay, I don't want to expose too much about the board before I actually look at it, but wow, that is fantastic. This is the first old motherboard I've bought that actually comes with all of this stuff, and it really does help, because often the online references have been taken down. Okay, and taking out this green piece with the XFX logos gives us an assortment of stuff in this box. I think I'm just gonna like grab them and put them on the desk and look through them. And on the bottom of the box, it just says xfxforce.com. Nothing too interesting. Okay. Here are, of course, the accessories. Okay, getting a bit better light on them. That is a lot of stuff. Where do I even start? Okay, we've got Molex to SATA power connectors. These were a common thing in like early to mid, even late 2000s when this board was new, because when SATA first came out, power supplies only had Molex connectors, and of course not SATA connectors. So you really did need an adapter like this. And yes, they're frowned down upon today, but these were definitely commonplace, you know, back in the day. And it's nice they include some good high quality ones. It looks like 3 of them. And some of these bags are empty, so I assume, oh yeah, I guess those are for the SATA cables. I mean, nothing particularly. Actually, no, these are interesting. These have, what the heck? What? It has a cap. It's a SATA cable with a cap on it. Why? Why would it have a cap? That's pretty interesting. I mean, I don't see why you would need that, but that's pretty interesting. All right, I mean, we know what SATA cables look like. I'm gonna save all of this, even the packaging. An SLI bridge. Too bad it's not in a resealable bag, but this is cool. So it says NVIDIA SLI on it, which is nice. And this is a very many slot bridge. And not to spoil anything, but I am gonna be running SLI cards on this bridge. That's for the older style SLI connector. This is for the newer style that had 2 of those next to each other. So this is for running 3 cards, I guess 2 or 3 cards, you know, spaced 2 slots apart, which this board is capable of. That's what makes it one of the best 775 boards out there, is its SLI capabilities. We've got an I/O shield. Does this board have dual Ethernet? Good lord, I think this board has dual Ethernet from the I/O shield. I have never seen dual RJ45 on a consumer grade board, if that is the case. Ooh, I haven't talked about this yet. These were also really common in like the 2000s. You've got USB 2.0 headers to a like PCIe back panel thing. So you get external USB ports. This is oh, it's the same thing but for FireWire. USB 2.0 to IEE 1394. That is the most 2000s thing I've seen yet. Wow, this is a nice IDE cable. Dang, that's a nice IDE cable. So this is the end that plugs into the board, and these are what go into your drives. But the thing is, like most IDE cables are miserable ribbons of sadness. Let me see if I can find one. Yeah. So this is your average IDE cable. Cable management with these is really dang hard, and they take up a lot of room in the case. So having the individual wires split up like this is fantastic. And they also have a floppy drive cable that does the same thing. I think that's it. No, I didn't get to this little box. It says cooling fan. Now this is a tiny box. This must be the chipset cooling fan. Install fan if overclocking or using liquid/passive cooling solution. Oh, it is. It's the baby chipset fan. Yeah, we have a little 3-pin connector. It has the XFX logo on it. And yeah, it's a tiny chipset fan. All right, now what you've all been waiting for. The thing in the title of the video. The board itself. There we go. And here is our board. Wow, that is huge. This is just a big board. This is impressive. Dang. So here are your SLI capable slots. Addressing the elephant in the room first. This is your chipset. I believe the North Bridge and maybe South Bridge are under here. And NVIDIA's custom chipset for running the PCIe lanes is under this heatsink. And VRMs are under this big heatsink. This board has 3 chipsets. 3 chipsets. Your average 775 board has 2. Your average modern board, of course, has 1. But that is amazing. And it has a little NVIDIA logo right here on the chipset. And yes, it does indeed have 2 Ethernet ports. We have onboard FireWire, onboard optical audio. Dang. And let's look at our little socket here. How do you come out? There we go. And it's in perfect condition, as I would expect from such a well-preserved board. Wow, I am overall just very impressed with this. Ow! Sorry, I just hit my head on my shelf. I am overall just very impressed with this board. It's just fantastic to have, you know, a really high-end 775 board. Ooh, it looks like we have some bad caps, and that is something that I'll need to attend to. I'm just now noticing. So I can't immediately get to building because it looks like 1, 2, 3 caps have gone bad. So that is something that I shall be working on. I've decided to just taste it before. I figured I'm gonna do a quick test before I mess with the caps, because I want to ensure this board is working before I try and like do any soldering. So I'm just gonna pop in a CPU and 1 RAM stick in the primary channel, slot 0, I suppose, and a GT730. Because those caps aren't crucial. They are just for the Ethernet and USB maybe, and for the IDE. So, or sorry, for floppy. So there shouldn't be an issue with just turning the board on. For a heatsink, I'm just gonna use this little motherboard chipset heatsink for now, because the board will only be on for about 10 to 20 seconds. I'm not recommending that anyone do this, by the way. 2 4-pins for a 775 board? Good lord. I believe that is all that we should need. Okay, I have DVI plugged into a monitor. I'm plugging power supply into the wall. Turning power supply on. We have a blue light by those capacitors. Ooh. Oh my god, it works! Okay, oh, that is amazing. Okay, I am so glad the board just works overall. How hot did our chip get? Oh, quite. That's funny. Okay, so the board works. That is fantastic, but I'm still going to go through with replacing those capacitors because I don't want them to cause any damage.